You'll never guess who it is. You're never gonna guess who's live right now. It's your boys. You're never gonna guess who's live. Yes, baby, we out here. We're coming at you live, taped. No, it is actually just live. It's not taped. It's just live. And I'm sad. I'm sad. No one's really here yet. I don't know if I should explain it why I'm sad if no one's here. This is the Yo, Nomsky, welcome in, Nomsky. How are you, Nomsky? How are you, Nomsky? How have you been? Hi, Nomsky. Mofo, yeah, you got beat, Pap. Guys, I'm sad. I'm sad. You're good. That's good to hear, Nomsky. I'm very glad to hear that you're good. You being good is good. Drinking a coffee, just waking up, probably wake us. It's wake up time. Are we watching bids tonight? I don't know. What's on the agenda? First of all, I'm gonna be sad about some stuff. I was literally thinking 40 minutes ago why you weren't online. Because it's Wednesday night. Internet Historian has a new 90-minute vid. Okay, what's it about? Yo, for real, I checked. Guys, Wednesday nights, which I guess, what day is that for you guys? I don't even know what day that is for you guys. But, you'd be in Tuesday, no? Or it'd be like Wednesday morning now? The cargo ship that crashed in the Suez Canal in 2021. Is that not... I feel like... I guess he did one on a cruise ship in the past, right? I'm trying to dial this volume and it seems a little loud. It's probably more like it. Okay, well that does sound intriguing. I do like Internet Historian. First thing I was going to do was explain why I'm sad. It's nice that you guys obviously care very much. I've said that I'm sad like 3 or 4 times, and it's just what we have to watch the new Internet Historian video. Why are you sad? Thank you, Nomsky. Thank you. Thank you. I'm sad because a streamer... I don't know why it's doing that. I'm sad because a streamer that I really like got banned from Twitch. And not this... Like, they got banned for ban evasion because they had an original ban, and the original ban was they played Gartic Phone on stream, and someone else drew. I think I've heard all of this secondhand. Someone else drew Nancy stuff in a game of Gartic Phone, which got this streamer banned. The streamer chose to return to streaming under a different name. Yeah, I am sad. Chose to return to streaming under a different name. Before the 6 months to appeal. Yeah, I think you're supposed to wait 6 months and then appeal the ban. He chose to go back to streaming. I just think he shouldn't have been banned in the first place. Because how can you control what someone else draws on Gartic Phone? How do you control what someone else draws on Gartic Phone? That's crazy. And your ban evasion is bad, but my issue is with the original ban. I wouldn't recommend ban evasion, but I can kind of get it because he didn't do the thing that caused the original ban. But anyway... But also, you shouldn't let people you cannot trust be in your game when you're a streamer. I don't know if he had any relationship or connection to the people playing Gartic Phone. But I feel like with Gartic Phone, don't you just sort of put a link in the chat and people just sort of join? Do you have that much control? And isn't it a bit like Jackbox where people join with names that aren't necessarily their Twitch names? So you don't even know who's who, and then it'll be kind of hard to work that out, no? Anyway, I don't think he should have been banned. Yo, welcome in Black Wolfman 22. Welcome in. Thanks for being here. I'm astonished that you found the stream because I haven't even promoted the stream today. What was the drawing that got him banned? I don't know 100% of the details. My understanding is that people drew Nazi stuff on Gartic Phone, which resulted in the ban. It sucks. Black Wolf, thanks for joining us. I'm just discussing about how I'm sad. ZZZ, unoriginal. Well, yeah, unoriginal, not unoriginal. That's the kind of stuff that gets people banned, right? You do, but you can't let people you haven't interacted with in. It's bad, ahaha. I like looking around for streams. Well, thank you, Black Wolf Man. Thank you very much for looking around for streams. We need people like you, Black Wolf Man. Without people like you, you know, these little tiny baby-sized streams just wouldn't grow. I haven't even promoted the stream. You going to play? The main thing that's been suggested to me is watching the new Internet Historian video. That's been suggested by one viewer. I installed Doom the Dark Ages. Are people interested in that? I installed Doom the Dark Ages. I don't know if that interests people though. Do you also search new on Reddit? I'm not interested in that, respectfully. No, I seriously appreciate you just honestly telling me what you are and aren't interested in. Nothing worse than people being like, oh yeah, I'm interested, and then they leave the stream. My friend likes Doom. Well, I guess your friend's not here, is he? So, Nomsky and Wolfman, are you guys interested in watching the new Internet Historian video about a cargo ship crashing? They're generally very good videos. You know, I played old school Doom 1 and 2. I don't know if I played Doom 2, but I've played a fair bit of Doom 1. Good game. I feel like my homie Black Wolfman loves Internet Historian. I can sense it. Black Wolfman, do you love Internet Historian? And do you love when other people speak on your behalf? Do you love that? I feel like there's not a lot of people that love when that happens. Guys, I got an XLR cable, by the way. So we shouldn't... My microphone... You love history? Is it... maybe you'll like Internet Historian. W Black Wolfman. Alright, well... I've got a couple of YouTube accounts. Let's log into the one that's subbed to Internet Historian. And if we like the video, we'll watch the video, I guess. Nomsky hasn't said anything, though. Nomsky, do you know Internet Historian? Look at my subbies. Well, TBH, I gotta drive some poo to my friend at the hospital. Oh, you did say the swear words, Nom. I'd let it through because you're a mod. I think I might just unmod you, Nom. I'm sorry. You did only get mod because you did only get mod because... Why did you get mod? You don't know? You have removed Nomsky as a moderator for this channel. Y3 unmod me. I've said that yes, you did ask me to unmod you. You did. It's true. That's why I didn't worry about it too much. Where's my mod? Lol. JK. Well, you're pretty new. You're pretty new. But that won't stop me from stalking your Twitch. 100 gifted subs and he will consider it. I'd think about it, but it's not promised. Hey, that sounds good to me. Yeah, I'm sort of looking at my subs here. I I'm not. Ever given, ever taken away. Well, I guess that's the video. Yeah, I'll put it on the Discord at everyone. Send now. All right. I guess we'll put the video on. I guess. Where'd it go? There it is. I'll get. Let's go to this view. Should I be? No, it's this way. This seems like the wrong spot. Foreskin. You too are also sad. Foreskin. I'm guessing you got the news. Yeah. I didn't say the name because I sent someone a message asking if I should say their name or not. But I guess you said it. What's your fave Pokemon? My fave Pokemon is, I think it's probably Charizard. Almost done. Oh yeah, I didn't read that Nomsky chat with the swearing in it. TBH, I got to drive some poo to my friend and at the hospital. She just got admitted just at her place to collect some of her things while listening and packing up. But when I come back, I'll let you know. Ah ha 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 ha. I really enjoyed TTS, guys. Should we go TTS again? We'll definitely won't have it on for the video. But we could have a little bit of TTS fun. Oh, do I have to connect it every time? Deep cast. I don't know. What is this version 1 thing? Oh, that's just the old version. Well, that makes a lot of sense.
Black Wolfman 22 says, Gyarados for me.
Gyarados is on my team. Gyarados is always on my team. Gyarados is my favorite.
Rockstead_ says, Foreskin Defintelli has cut some of his skins in his skin pack.
What? What does that mean? Yeah, wow. Guys, some of us are just sad right now. We're in the middle of being sad. Almost done packing up her things, so I'm a skedaddle for like an hour or two while I drive and spend some time with her. I'll be back later if you're live. Thank you, Nomsky. I hope your friend gets well soon, and good on you for looking.
Rockstead_ says, horrible wording MB peep.
Foreskin definitely has cut some of his skins.
Flying Paprika says, by an OM.
Yeah, bye, no.
Foreskin Finn says, it's a morning.
Look, bruh. It's a sad evening for me in Australia. I'm sad.
Black Wolfman 22 says it by homie.
But I guess when we sad, we frickin' watch YouTube. Does that make sense?
Okay, music.
I don't know. I feel like I should say more about what happened, but I don't even know what to say. I don't even know what to say. Yeah. Just sad.
Fades in. My friend, let me weave you a tale. Of a windswept night beyond the old Egyptian sands, where the water plays coy with the shore, and the koi.
We got to turn off TTS for the video. TTS is off. Dude, I'm already...
Are sure to play in the water, where the desert wolves make love to the moon.
Heck yeah, bruh. I'm feeling better already. Sorry.
This is the Suez Canal. Undeniably, Egypt's most famous body of water.
Get it?
Nothing bad ever happens here. Oh, except for that one time.
Oh.
Okay, so there's a ship, and it's called the Ever Given. and it's going up the Suez Canal really, really fast, probably. And you think that, well, the Port Authority would call up, and they'd be like,
Captain, you are going way too fast.
but the captain, he's wicked sick cool, so he's like,
They're just jealous of my passion for going fast through critical trade infrastructure. Increase speed.
It's these
If
these
you will
guys.
not slow down, prepare to meet the full might of the Egyptian military.
two of Egypt's fastest fighter jets scramble on the runway. But the captain kept adding power.
Faster! The people of Europe need these Chinese knockoffs of European goods.
And they got all sorts of technology to go like top speed.
Don't go faster, I beseech you.
But everyone on the crew was loving it. Yeah, go faster. But then,
Look out! Someone left a ramp in the middle of the canal.
I ain't afraid of nothing.
Freight.
it was at this point that the captain chose to do a wicked sick jump. Lens flare. But they overshot it. They were gonna collide with a gently sloping sandy bank.
I wouldn't mind a gently sloping sandy
They
bank.
threw on the handbrake,
Drop anchor! Brace for impact!
but it was too late. Collision. Literally everybody died. Ever given, ever taken away. That'll do.
There's gonna be an
see
ad-
you in a year.
Guys, there's gonna be an ad in like 16 seconds. You can subscribe. There's other ways to not have ads. It'll go for like probably more than 3 minutes. Go have a freaking water. Go have a freaking food. Have a stretch. Look after yourself, and we'll see you soon.
What do you mean it's not long enough? Wikipedia, ChatGPT. Add the music. They love that. A reaction GIF? That's a good one. No, this video's too good. Dial it back a little. Okay, let me start again. I'll do the phony voice too. Better. Okay, so here's what really happened.
Wait. I'm gonna read this. I wanna read the disclaimer. Do you guys remember how this guy got in trouble for stealing a whole video just from an article written by some website? It says the following is based on true events. However, most details come from secondary sources. While some conversations were recorded, including the VDR data of the ship, almost none of that material has been made available to the public. So we took a few liberties to fill in the gaps. All characterization should be considered fictional, not reflective of the real people involved, and interpreted for storytelling and entertainment purposes only. Also, we play pretty fast and loose with certain details and the order of events. Be cool and please don't bother any of the people involved in the Suez incident. We're just here to have a good time. Sounds like my chat rules, bro. Pap says, I remember a legit word from word. I believe you mean word for word. Yeah, that was bad, and I kind of thought Internet Historian's whole career would be over after that, but I guess not. He wanted to collab with the article writers, but they didn't want to associate with his channel. I wonder why they didn't want to. Stealing it was dumb, but I get it. I mean, if someone doesn't want to collab, you don't steal their stuff. But I guess we're watching the video. Everything's great.
This story begins in Malaysia. Of course, you already know, but that's this one over here. And at a port named Tanjung Pelepus is the container ship known as the Ever Given. The last of the cargo is loaded onto the ship, and the captain of the ship, Krishnan Kanthaval, is there with his crew of 20. Hello! At this point, Kanthaval probably said something like, all right, the boat's tummy is all full of cargo. We're almost ready to get going. So Evergreen, the operating company of the ship, would have called ahead and booked passage for the ship.
Yes, one adult ship ticket, please. Large. How many containers? Hold on.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12.
Now, this guy at the operating company is on the line to the Suez Canal Authority, and they are in charge of all of the operations of the Suez Canal.
All right, thank you for choosing Suez Waterways. You are scheduled for March 23rd. You
Yo,
are
man, what I be hearing on the streets
922nd
is,
in
like, I be
queue.
hearing it's your
All right, we've got a
birthday.
Supermax.
So what I just gonna done is, like, write you a my birthday
Say
cipher.
cipher.
So, like, check it
out,
out, man. Like, check it
Check it
out.
out.
Yo, like, check me
listen
out. It's your birthday. It ain't the first day. So I'm like, hey, it's not the worst day, yo. Here we go, yo. I'm a flow, you know. Like, my name is Romeo. Whoa. Whoa.
Whoa. Thank you so much for the follow. I am in the middle of readjusting my mic stand, so I didn't actually read what your name was. I'm so sorry. But if you say something in chat, I'll give you a proper thank you with your name.
Container coming through on March 23rd. Pulling up the stats now. The Ever Given, one of the largest container ships in the world. Over 400 meters long, 60 meters wide. Only 10% smaller than the world's largest aircraft carrier. Able to carry over 20,000 of these shipping containers. Here's a guy and a sandwich for scale. All right, navigator, helmsman, Gene. Let's get going. We wouldn't want to hold up the other ships. With a teary goodbye, the Ever Given sets sail from Malaysia and makes course for the Netherlands. Let's go to the map. Malaysia, and you already know, but the Netherlands is over here.
Yep.
The route's so simple. You just go from here over to... Oh.
Oh.
We're blocked by Africa, sir. Should we just head back? Don't worry. I know a shortcut. Head into that inlet. It's called the Red Sea. Captain, it's blue. I know.
Why is
In
it
a
called
bit
the Red
over a
Sea?
week,
Does anyone know?
the Ever Given cruises all the way to the Red Sea.
And on the way, someone on the crew points out Djibouti and says it
Djibouti.
aloud. Djibouti, because it's fun to say. It's a great time to be a cargo ship captain, I can tell you that much.
Captain, we've got another problem on the sat-nav.
The Red Sea, guys. The Red Sea is named for the periodic blooms of a type of algae called Trichodesmium erythraeum, which can turn the normally blue-green water a reddish-brown color. There you go. That's why it's called the Red Sea.
There's more land in the way. How are we supposed to get through an obstacle like this? Should I just head back? Now, if this was 1868, Canterville would be in big trouble. But luckily, in 1869, someone happened to dig a big channel right from one side of this isthmus to the other, and filled it with water, they did, which meant that ships no longer needed to circumnavigate Africa. It's nothing personal. It's a geographic thing. Late that evening, the Ever Given arrives at the Gulf of Suez, here on the map. It's a big open area for ships to park. And there are ships everywhere, sitting idle, waiting for their turn to pass through the canal. Now the helmsman is kind of driving around the area, looking for a place to park and drop anchor. But then, something captures his attention. Hey, what's that mysterious-looking ship over there? It looks abandoned. M.V. Ahmad. M.V. Do not speak its name, helmsman. Why not? Look, there's a spot. That's a handicap. They park the ship, drop anchor, and radio in to the Suez Canal Authority. Thank you for joining the queue. Typical wait time is a few hours, up to 1 business day. Why do we have to wait? Why can't we just go straight through? Because we've got rules here at the canal. A big book of them. No running, no dive bombing, and blah, blah, blah. Somewhere way down the back of the manual it says, all vessels entering or leaving the canal must have a pilot. And in fact, a ship as large as yours needs 2.
These pilots are employees of the Canal Authority who understand the perils of the route, kind of like a consultant to the captain. And they stand around going, yes, yes, go here, turn coming up here, watch out for the geese. So just stand by for a while, yep? All right, nothing to do till this pilot arrives. Guess I'll take a little bit of me time. I'm off to my cabin, fellas. Don't do anything I wouldn't do. And so just after midnight, Canterville heads back to his quarters to take a nap. Quite a cozy scene, wouldn't you say? But all is not well on the Ever Given tonight. There seems to be some trouble with the weather. 2:30 a.m. Canterville wakes up. Outside is the loud rattle of shipping containers sparring with the wind, loud enough to capture Canterville's attention. Rah-rah. He dashes up to the bridge. All right, what's the status on it being really, really windy outside? The wind is up to 35 knots, but the Ever Given is fine and the anchor is keeping us held. All right, it sounds like I can head back to my quarters then. Wait, Captain. I think we need to move the ship. Yeah, those guys are getting closer and closer to us. We're surrounded by ships like the Al Nasriyah. Their anchors can't withstand the wind and they are being dragged about. We need more buffer or there's risk of a collision. Good thinking. All right, duty engineer, prep the engines. Aye. The ship kicks to life. The helmsman steers the Ever Given to get further away from the other ships. This whole thing might be cancelled. Port control. Although this waiting area is delightful, the weather outside is very frightful. Is passage through the canal still happening? Not cancelled. Hold position. Your pilot is wrapping up and will be on his way to your vessel soon.
Bruh.
They're making us wait. Captain, if we're struggling not to hit ships in this big open area, it's going to get pretty dicey when we have to navigate through a narrow channel like the Suez. Yes. Although you should have said, spoiler warning.
Yeah.
Some time has passed. We're back on the bridge. There's the helmsman. Captain's gone back to his quarters. Pilots will be here for hours. Then suddenly, an idea. The helmsman takes it upon himself to navigate a little bit of art.
Aw.
Tee-hee-hee.
This must be one of those
Says the
liberties
helmsman. As
he
long
was
as no
talking
one
about.
checks the nav data, this won't come back to bite me at all.
Or is he saying that actually
A
happened?
couple of hours pass. The wind dies down just a little. No ships crashed into the Ever Given, but a small one did pull up beside it. Captain, pilots are here. Welcome aboard. Oh, hey, Captain. Yes, we're running late. Where's the helm? We don't know what the pilots' names are, so we're just going to go with blue and red. Okay, I think we should move ahead at about 14 kilometers. That's right. Ahead, 14 kilometers per hour.
I feel nervous just
The Ever Given
watching
joins
this.
a convoy of ships taking position at the entrance to the canal. Convoy, checking in. Ready. All right, everybody. We want to be alert. Stay focused. Yeah, Captain. I'll follow the other ships. I'll try not to get lost. Hold on, helmsman. And the audience. This is a much more perilous journey than you might know. What? A big straight line? It is 193 kilometers of narrow waterway. And I hope you've got some stamina, because it takes 12 hours
That sounds
to
terrible.
traverse. That's a full day trip. Some parts are only 24 meters deep.
Bruh.
Oh, that's very shallow. Yes, and only 200 meters wide in some parts.
What are the dimensions of the
That's
ship?
very narrow. I've seen McDonald's drive-thrus with more clearance.
Lol.
And you certainly wouldn't want to have an accident, would you? Because 12% of the entire world's sea freight passes through here. If you blocked it, the consequences would be humongous. No pressure, though. Oh, I see. Oh, don't mind him. He gives that speech to everybody. Ahead, 14 kilometers per hour. Yes, pilot. 14 kilometers. Steady on. So into the canal the Ever Given went. As they cruise, the winds swirl back onto the sea. No longer buffered by miles of open water, the sand and dust can blow about with abandon. Low visibility. Strong winds jostle the ship. Grit pelts the bow. The Ever Given steams ahead at about the pace of a fast jog. And there's no real build-up here, to be honest. Things go awry almost immediately. How are you coping with the wind? It's manageable. Alright, well, the wind is definitely pushing us to the left-hand side. Yes, just try to keep it as centered as you can. Adjusting. These winds are quite something. Do you think we should have insisted they
Is
postpone?
anyone else feeling
The
nervous?
pilots don't
Bro?
seem worried, and they know this water better than anyone. The angle of the wind is particularly nasty, catching the enormous surface area of the ship and constantly nudging it off course. Helmsman, you're still too far to the left. You got to get back to the center. Yeah, I'm trying. Adjusting. The helmsman keeps changing the trajectory of the ship, but he cannot seem to stay in the center. Come on, helmsman, we're
Just
still
like
not
politics,
centered.
am I right?
I know, it's the wind. No matter what they do, they can't seem to get away from the left bank. The wind foils their every countermaneuver. This is not as manageable as I thought it would be. Is it going to be like this the whole way? Don't worry, this is really common. It won't be the whole trip. No, the problem is we're going too slow. Red Pilot takes the initiative. If we speed up, we can push through the wind. Accelerate to 22 kilometers an hour. Somewhat reluctantly, the helmsman obliges.
Brett.
22 kilometers per hour. Engines engage and the ship speeds up. Captain, going this fast in heavy winds is needlessly reckless. There are protocols for this sort of thing. All right, Gene, it's a bit windy. Relax. This must happen all the time. The Red Pilot was right. The increased speed helps them to fight through the wind and get away from the left-hand bank. However, they can't seem to keep the ship in the very center. Helmsman, you're aimed too severely to the right-hand bank now.
Overcorrection.
We need a bit of leadership here. Don't worry, I know what to do. Turn left. Adjusting. The pilot's giving steering instructions now. Captain, is he supposed to do that? Captain, the pilot is not here to give steering orders. You should say something. The ship is now consistently snaking left and right and left and right.
Oh, hello.
Turn to the right.
Underclover.
So they turn to the right,
Welcome
but
in.
then they end up too
I'm
far
gonna
to
sit
the
up
right.
straight for you.
You're too close to the right bank now. Turn to the left. Yes, I agree. Turn to the left. Look, this is all a bit tense, and we both know where this is going. It's gonna crash. Let's just enjoy it.
Stop spoiling it, bro.
Oh, wow. There it is. A gently sloping sandy bank.
Sandy Bay.
Red Pilot, we're just consultants. This isn't our job to steer the ship. You're micromanaging. We should only be giving general navigation advice. We're getting too close to the left bank. I can't keep it centered. We have to slow this ship down. If we slow down, the wind will push us into the bank. What do I do? Reduce the speed.
Bruh.
The two pilots
same
begin
speed?
bickering. And not just bickering normally. They're bickering in Arabic.
Oh,
Arabickering. And Canthable's crew doesn't speak Arabic. What the hell are they saying? I don't know. Neither do I. Does anyone here speak Arabic?
dude. That sounds like hell.
The Ever Given has reached its target speed of 22 kilometers an hour, but they're taking wider and wider turns and can't seem to get anywhere near the center of the lane. And the two pilots, they're still fighting. Captain? Captain! Pilots! Captain! The Ever Given then reaches an extreme, unrecoverable angle, pointing acutely to the right,
Bruh.
straight for the bank.
Bruh, 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 bruh. Why so cheery? Why
We
is
need
it-
to turn left. Now. Hard left. Hard to the left. Hard to the left. The rudder turns. But the ship doesn't turn with it. Instead, it slides.
Oh,
Didn't I
it's
tell you to
drifting.
turn left? Why aren't we turning?
Homie's drifting. with
I
the
am
wind.
turning to the left, Captain. The ship's not responding. I knew this would happen.
Just
It's
like
your
every girl
fault.
I ever text.
The helmsman loses his ability to steer. The ship has gone out of control.
I don't understand the music choice. It's freaking me out.
Captain.
Canterville finally steps forward. Enough! Helmsman, center the rudder. Reduce speed. Rudder center. Reduce... But it's too late. Canterville did
I
not
am up
intervene
late.
in time.
Welcome in, Celery. Welcome in. Thanks for being here. How are you?
Shit.
Bruh.
The crew can feel the vibration through the floor as the bow meets the bank.
You
That
can't
bow,
park there,
raised
mate.
6 meters, slides into the bank with ease, like a hot pencil through
What?
pudding.
What?
Meanwhile, the rear of the ship is pulled into the opposite bank.
Oh,
The
dude.
bridge shakes and the crew lurches forward as 300,000 tons of momentum is reduced to 0 in the span of a couple of seconds.
Imagine what that did
We've
to
run
their
aground,
necks,
we've run
dude.
aground, cut your engines, Canterville yells out on the radio, because don't forget, these ships are running as a convoy, which means that the ships behind them have just seen what's happened, and they all have to slam on the brakes. A couple of ships back, the Asia Ruby 3 suffers an engine malfunction, and it cannot stop as quickly as it intends to, and nearly plows into the back of the Maersk Denver. They manage to stop themselves just in time and prevent running aground as well.
That's crazy, bro.
Hand back to the Ever Given. Let us look at it from above. It is diagonally wedged across the entire canal. An unplanned bridge connecting 2 continents. A ship collision of such magnitude, there's almost nothing to compare it to. Maybe
Nothing
Hindenburg,
compares.
9/11. I'll keep Googling. No, hold off on the dramatic sound effects. There's no need to panic just yet. It's like a car tire stuck in the mud. We simply reverse. Full astern. Well, that means full
But
backwards.
Isn't doing that with a car tire stuck in the
Propellers
mud
at the
bad?
back of the ship whiz to little effect. Locked in place by the sand. We didn't move. Merely a run-up. Crash astern.
They should put their heads
That's the
under the
most
sand.
dramatic version of full astern, ramping up to full thrust as quickly as possible. Nothing. No, stop it. No sound effect just yet. We still have one more option. Start up the bow thrusters. They're the jets at the front of the ship.
When I
They
drink
give a
coffee,
little
it starts
bit
up
of
my
extra
bow
oomph.
thrusters.
Crash astern, full thrusters. No effect, sir.
Bruh.
Now, we don't have the transcript from here, so we'll just presume that at the time, Canterville said something very quirky and millennial, like, so that just happened. But what we do know is that he and the pilots
That's
then
good
jumped on the
writing.
radio and got in contact with the port authority. We've got something to tell you, and you gotta promise not to get mad. Shut up. Listen, we're gonna need a tugboat. We are run aground. The helmsman takes a turn at being millennial. There are other ships right behind me, aren't there? Uh-huh. And there
They
were,
fly now?
as the queue of container ships piling up behind them got longer and longer. Make that 2 tugboats. So what happened here exactly? And who is in big, big trouble? Explainer time! There are 3 main causes to why the ship crashed. Let's start with the wind.
Too much wind.
The captain could have very easily said, guys, the wind is far too
Yes.
severe. Let's postpone.
Yes.
But he didn't. However, the blame's not all on Canterville. The 2 pilots could have also said, let's just follow protocol. By radioing
Also a
in
good
to
idea.
HQ and saying, yes, get us 2 tugboats, please. With one on each side at the front, they would have had far more stability and control. And they wouldn't need to erratically fight about with the wind to
Do
stay.
you guys think this was an ego thing? Do you guys think it was like the pilot and the captains that too much ego to do the tugboat thing? They wanted to be Mr. Frickin' Free Balls. Yeah, I reckon.
In the middle of the lane. Second cause, the speed of
Where'd
the
the
ship.
chat go?
Now, it was the
Hubris,
red pilot who
yeah.
told the helmsman, accelerate the ship to 22 kilometers per hour. But when he did that, they were already driving at the speed limit for their weight class, 14 kilometers per hour. And telling the helmsman to go beyond that meant that they are technically breaking the rules. And while I agree that some rules are made to be broken, going this fast in a very large ship in a comparatively small canal causes a whole bunch of problems to do with fluid dynamics. Big problems. Huge.
5 fun physics
Yo,
phenomena.
Vsauce
No, I
guy.
don't know the physics, and if I did, I wouldn't tell you. But what I will say is this. Speeding up causes something approximating oversteer. The ship becomes all slidey. I'm just going to turn a little bit to the left, but
Yeah.
instead you go a lot to the left.
Overcorrection.
I'll just turn right a little bit, but instead you turn to the right a lot. Remember how the cheerful navigator was like, come on guys, we have to get back to the center of the lane. Well, they can't, because every time they try to direct back to the center, the speed
Hang on,
and
hang
the
on, hang
oversteer
on. Veritasium, not Vsauce? I thought wasn't he Vsauce 2 at one point?
means they overshoot it. One more effect of going very fast.
I will sneeze. Wait for it.
I know that he's not Vsauce
Take a look
Michael.
at this animation side on. Water pressure effects cause the ship to tilt. At this speed, the front is raised 6 meters higher than usual, which means when they collide with the bank, combined with the high velocity, they really wedge themselves in. But we can't just blame everything on the physicists, because there's a third main cause: poor communication. English is the official language of pretty much every port. However, the pilots start arguing with each other in Arabic, which is not just unprofessional, but excludes all of the rest of the crew from what's being discussed. And all of these competing voices make for chaos on the bridge. But the blame is not all on the co-pilots either. The captain is always in charge. He has the ultimate authority. Decisions start and end with him. So the captain should have intervened and said something like, "Shut up, everybody." But he doesn't. He stands there quite passively throughout. By the time he does step in, it's too late.
Just want to say, Pap, you're right. He has nothing to do with Vsauce. I guess I saw a name that started with V and a guy talking about science and assumed he must have had something to do with Vsauce. That's on me.
Now that everything's been laid out, who would you say is at fault for the crash of the Ever Given?
Everyone.
The helmsman?
Yes.
Blue pilot?
Yes.
The red pilot?
Yes.
Canthaville?
Yes.
I'll tell you. Society, that's who.
Society.
You and me. And I think you should apologize.
We do live in a society. Act 2. Even actier stuck. Day 1. Wait, they get stuck for a long
Alrighty.
time?
So
Oh.
we have something 3.5 times the size of the Titanic, choking the world's largest freighting canal like a greedy seagull throating a glue stick.
Yes.
Good start. And they didn't
Beautiful
get very far through the
imagery.
canal itself. About 5% of the progress bar. But if we scroll up for a second, we can see what landmarks they missed out on. The Great Bitter Lake, named so because the water there is very salty instead of fresh. Then up a 2-lane bit and over to Timsah Lake, named so because Timsah is the Arabic word for crocodile, because there used to be crocodiles in there. Otherwise, it's pretty much zip right through to the Mediterranean. That would have been very nice for them. Now we go back a bit to Timsah Lake, and here you'll find the city of Ismailia. And at its port, see this building? This is the Suez Canal Authority. Inside, Captain El Said, head of navigational control, is just settling in for the day. As he sits down to his desk, Captain, you're gonna want to see this. The video feed pulls up. What? Line 1. We're stuck. We'd like to request a tugboat. Stuck? Stuck where? You know that single lane area pretty close to the entrance?
Br-
There. Now, had this happened in one of the
We're at the
two-lane
start.
sections, they could have kept the traffic flowing. But alas.
Oh.
What? So you're blocking all the traffic? Mr. El Said, we already promised we wouldn't get mad. Fine. I gotta see how bad it is in person. El Said snatches his keys off his desk and he races down to his car, rushing to the scene. He gets out and casts his eyes upon the ship. My God. Towering over him is a structure the width and breadth of the world's largest Walmart. Except it is also
wild.
15 stories tall.
That's actually epic.
The bow, raised 6 meters higher than normal, is jammed into one side.
It is
Like an
really
unwitting
disastrous.
finger in a
Foreskin.
Chinese finger trap that somebody filled with Gorilla Glue in its prom tomorrow.
The ass of the ship, firmly squatting aground on the other side. And the middle of the ship, making bended metal groans as it's barely suspended by only a few meters of water.
El Said lets the sand run through his
Okay.
fingers.
Dude.
At this point, another important person arrives on the scene. Admiral Raby. He is the Suez Canal Authority chairman, the big boss of the whole canal. Here's the rough structure of the organization. He's all the way up here, right?
Oh no.
So high up that he reports directly to the Pharaoh of Egypt himself. Yep, that's one blocked
That's-
canal.
Can't be true.
No, Mr. President. He didn't say blocked. Shut up. He said that canal rocked. He's giving it a 5-star review.
Wow.
Come on, follow me to the bridge.
Lying is
Al
always
Said and
bad,
Rabi
guys.
board the ship, and it's a hell of a scene. The crew is racing around. Oh God, they're gonna check the nav data. They're gonna see the dick pic. Oh God. Canthaville's standing
That-
back taking
that
a
part
panicked
can't be
phone
true.
call with the operating company. Okay, so 2 pilots walk into a ship, and the first one says, and the 2 pilots from before are still bickering. All right, you 2 are dismissed. Canthaville. Oh God, this is the end of my career. This is gonna cost $1 billion. Al Said puts his hand on Canthaville's shoulder. Do not worry, my friend. We shall solve this. Come on, Captain. What's the status? Well, the ship isn't floating. Yeah. No, what I mean is the situation is worse than you think. It's the way we're pitched up on the shore. The weight distribution is all wrong. We're like a raised bridge, but we don't have any of the support underneath.
Oh, it's gonna
The
snap in
middle of the
half.
ship could bend under its own weight and tear.
Meh.
So it could sink? Yeah. That would shut down the whole canal for months. Are we taking on water? No, I've had the engineers check the hull. We can't see water making ingress anywhere. Yet. The best way to get free and the best way to prevent the ship from potentially sinking is to lighten the load. We need to get rid of at least, I don't know, like 20,000 tons. How quickly do you think your crew can offload containers? No. Look how high those boxes are stacked. To offload these containers is going to require specialist equipment. The
Yeah.
kind you'd only find at a dedicated port. We're not going to be able to offload these containers out here in the middle of nowhere. All right, well, it's the easiest, most brute force solution you can think of. The ballast tanks. Yeah? Go on. We've got nearly 10,000 tons of ballast water on board. We can dump that
What
right
is
now
ballast water?
and relieve some pressure. Excellent idea. I'll get started. No, you can't do that. Well, why not?
Allow me to explain.
You see, when a ship fills its ballast tanks, it's filling with more than just water. It's a big, dilute, salty soup of algae, plant material, and even sometimes small fish. Pick that up in Malaysia, and then just dump that at the next port, you're introducing these stowaway pest species into the environment. Some examples of these invasive species include the Northern Pacific Sea Star, the European green crab, that son of a bitch, and cholera.
Womp womp.
So you have to treat the water before you discharge it, usually through heat or chemicals. And the key there is that it also requires time and access to one of these treatment machines. And we're not
I
at a
think I
port.
see where this
it's
is
going to take
going.
much longer than usual.
I think they're gonna
But let me get onto the line with the guys at
this.
Ismailia. We probably have a portable water treatment machine somewhere. Al Said
Okay.
turns and looks out the window. Coming down the canal are 2 tugboats, the ones that they ordered earlier.
Little late.
Look, we might not even be that deeply wedged in. These 2 tugboats might be all we need. Yes, tugboats. This is the Mosaid 2 and the Mosaid 3. These two little guys are able to pull around this massive cargo ship, comparable in size to the Ever Given. On go the ties. Line secure, all fast. Engine ready. Ready to pull. Canthaville looks nervously at El Said. Commence pull. Slow ahead. The polyethylene ropes whine as they're pulled taut from the water. The tugboats lightly draw against the ship, testing for resistance. All right, a little more. 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 Full power. Nothing. Not an inch of difference. All right, stop engines. Be on standby. This isn't going to work. With just 2 tugboats, we do not have the pull for a ship this massive, this deeply grounded. It's also low tide. That's not helping. Wind's high tide. Early afternoon, in a couple of hours. All right, that buys us some time.
Wouldn't that help?
How soon do you think you can get a dredger out here? Let me find out for you. Please hold. The dredgers can remove the sand below the waterline that's all built up around the ship.
Okay.
Hi again. They say it'll take a day, maybe 2. All right, tell them to hurry.
A day or 2? I'd better update my boss. Let him know it's not going to be a quick fix.
I should call my wife as well. All right, don't go too far. I need you for something in a minute. Hey, what about excavators? Oh, yeah. How many we got? Right now? No, for my birthday. Yeah, now. 1. 1 guy. There's only 1 excavator on standby for the whole canal. Well, it's just post-COVID. Everyone's been excavating from home. Patch me through. There really was just 1 guy, by the way. It's local
I'm glad you like
contractor
that joke.
Abdullah. So he picks up the phone. Mushy mushy.
There's been a big accident at the canal, Abdullah. There's sand and dirt everywhere. I need your help.
Just send me the deets, Chum. Abdullah jumps in his truck and heads to the scene. And when he pulls up, Gott in Himmel, he sees the massive Ever Given wedged into the canal. Abdullah locks himself into his excavator and gets to work
On the most important task he's ever done digged.
Back on the bridge. Yeah, I'm not sure. Hopefully home soon. Okay. Yep, no, love you too. Okay, bye. Whew, the boss was not happy. Hey, before you said you needed me for something. I did. Who's this? Breathe into this tube. Also, you have to do a drug test. After the crash, they tested Canthaville for drugs and alcohol. Both came up negative. There's also a procedure to make sure that captains aren't fatigued. They look at the rest schedule and they find, no, Canthaville took that nap. Remember? He's had plenty of rest time. So he passed the fatigue
Just
assessment.
arrogant, bruh.
And while Canthaville was at the nurse's office, high tide came and went. Tugs were tried again. And again. Tried a little bit of this, a little bit of that. It didn't work. All day trying, all evening, and into the early morning. But that stubborn ship was going nowhere.
Ominous.
Of course. The moon.
What?
Day 2. There's quite a queue of ships by this point, and they're all honking their horns impatiently. Hey, move your ass! I got Frozens in the back. Go around!
I got ice cream.
Go around! No one knows quite what's happening because the Suez Canal Authority has not made a formal statement. But their hand is about to be forced when an impatient sailor behind the Ever Given takes a photograph and publishes it online. And this starts a bit of a buzz on social media. It was at this very moment that the helmsman's most feared
fear was most realized. Someone pulled up the navigational data.
Bruh.
Within 24 hours, it was all over the news.
That part was true.
So over at the Suez offices, Mr. Rebbe, you have 300 voicemails.
That's
Telemarketers,
crazy.
important clients, and journalists. They're asking about whether the canal is blocked, aren't they? They're asking about whether the canal is blocked, yes. And the Suez Canal Authority could keep it a secret no longer. They held a press conference. Okay. This is crazy. Let's say, hypothetically, they didn't give many details, but it was a very inspirational press conference. The news begins reporting on the story.
It's blocked. Cargo ship blocking the Suez Canal.
Bruh.
A huge container ship.
There's just the most incredible drama playing out in the Suez Canal.
A massive container ship longer than the Eiffel Tower.
It's one of the world's most important shipping
Eiffel
lanes.
Tower.
And breaking news from the Nana Star News Channel. I'm Nana.
Hi, Nana.
Mega ship's big ass is stuck in the Suez Canal.
Right. Point is, this story exploded everywhere. There was a lot of sympathy to go around.
I appear to have blocked global trade.
And the internet, upon seeing it, went, these guys need some help. We would love to volunteer.
That's not a picture of a naked woman. I need to help them.
Bruh.
They knew best about what to do to get this ship unstuck. All right, it's time for the "yeah, I reckon you could pretty much just do this and it'd work" section. By far the most popular solution was simply blow it up. No ship, no problem.
Well,
but why wouldn't this work? Well, first
Valuable
you're blowing up
cargo?
$1 billion worth of cargo.
what I'm
And this
saying,
thing is
bruh.
about 3 times the size of Mount Rushmore. So there's quite a lot of debris to sweep up, actually. And you still haven't solved the problem of moving the thing out of the fucking canal. Next idea. What if we attach 1,000 helicopters and simply fly the thing out? You could even take it all the way to its destination in the Netherlands. Well, the problem is this thing weighs about 300,000 tons. So even if you had a really powerful helicopter, you're going to need like 25,000 of them. And you can't put them all together in one area or they'll all crash.
That makes
It ain't
sense.
gonna work.
En route to help. Hey, maybe pull up a bit.
Next.
Bruh.
All right, more seriously, why don't we take a whole bunch of old jet engines, weld them to the sides of the ship, turn them all on at once.
Sounds kind of sick. Yeah, brother. Let's go.
However, there is a risk of an explosion.
Oh.
And then you'd have a hole in the ship. And then the ship sinks, and then you're really never moving it. Hear me out. Liquid nitrogen. A lot of liquid nitrogen right under the boat. Water freezes, expands, the ship lifts up, Bob's your uncle, you love it. Except now, the ship is just stuck in ice. And then it melts, and then you're back to the exact same position. Also, you need like $1 billion worth of nitrogen. There's no way to get that much material, let alone handle the scale of that material. Also, everyone's going to freeze to death on board, and the ballast will expand in the tanks, and that'll destroy the ship. It's not going to work. All right.
I'm streaming in the wrong
Last
category.
Best idea.
I swear in my
What
life
if
I
we
changed
just
it.
actively made things worse? Such as this petition to add a second boat to the canal. Jokes aside, one humble comment did stand out from the crowd.
Get a few people on this side, a few people on that side, push it, and I really
Push
think
it.
it would go.
Well, maybe. Because that's exactly what the recovery team
Few
intended
people on this
to
side,
do.
few people on that side. Didn't think of that.
Ah, good to see you back from the nurse. I told them I didn't do any drugs, but they wouldn't take my word for it. I would have believed you. Just give me the walkie-talkie. All right, full ahead with the excavators. 3 more excavators join Abdullah, and they are all busily digging out the front and rear of the ship. It's still going too slow. What else we got? More rescue stuff. So here comes Rabbi pulling up to the scene. Good news, fellas. And he's standing atop a very powerful bit of kit. A big, beautiful dredger. To be specific, a cutter suction dredge.
Essentially, you've got a big rotating cutting tool that loosens up all the soil, while a big suction pipe sends it yonder. All right, do the dredgy.
Sounds
Full
kinda good.
speed. What else we got? We got more tugboats incoming. More and more tugboats join the fray. A total of 8, arranged around the ship like this. Notably, the Baraka 1 and the Izzat Adel. These are 2 of the most powerful tugboats in the Middle East, and that includes the non-deserty parts. Full ahead with those. They keep trying. A cacophony of engines playing the highest stakes game of tug-of-war ever attempted. Tens of millions of dollars being lost every hour until it was won. And their opponent? Unbothered, moisturized, taking up the whole lane. Unbudgeable. All right, we're calling it for now. Oh, El Sayed, we've thrown everything we can at the ship, and it won't concede an inch. It's hopeless, hopeless. The cynicism of youth. I've worked for many years on the Suez. There's magic in the water, Canterville.
You wish, blood.
We will succeed. Your words are empty, El Sayed. Optimism has blinded you, El Sayed. We cannot defeat the canal. It is simply too powerful. If I were the guys at Case and Kaisha, I'd just forget about the Ever Given and buy a new ship.
Well, we can't afford a new ship. The owners of the Ever Given, Shoei Kaisen Kaisha Limited, are getting very worried. I need that ship back, and I can't just leave it to the Suez Canal Authority to do it.
There's only one team daring and foolhardy enough to take on a job like this.
Kaisen calls up an elite salvaging company from the Netherlands.
Smit Salvage. We need your help. I got your number from you know who.
Smit is the industry's best. They have response centers all over the globe, 24/7, ready to respond to marine emergencies. And funnily enough, they're the same team that helped with the rescue of the Costa Concordia back in 2012. Suit up, boys. They put the ocean in Ocean's 11, the tide in Tide Pod, and sometimes they pee in the water.
Remember when people
Why
were eating
not?
Tide
The fish
Pods?
do it.
We're en route to the
That's
canal.
crazy.
ETA in the next 24 hours.
They're tasty. You ate one, Pap? They
Next
look
time
tasty.
on Boat in Canal. The prophecy. It's coming true. Kiss me, you fool. I'm beginning to think you
Daily.
don't want to get the boat
Good
free.
macros. I don't think
Well, is it
so,
the Yanny
bro.
wire or the Laurel wire?
Laurel.
I couldn't hear you. You're breaking up.
Yanny.
There's only one way this was ever gonna go.
Always has been. Right
It's now day 3.
I was worried there.
There's
for a
more
second.
digging, more tugging. But the ship is still exactly where they left it. And the slow pace of progress is starting to cause problems for international trade. Each delayed ship represents thousands of tons of undelivered stock for store shelves. And that queue is getting longer and longer. On board, an estimated $9.6 billion worth of goods is sitting idle.
That is, that is not good.
Spoil! And the big question is, how long until this thing is fixed? To answer this burning question, the Suez Canal Authority holds another press conference and declares, guys, another day, maybe 2, might even be this afternoon. But the media and industry experts
Wow.
disagree.
Yeah,
The truth of the
makes
matter is
sense.
they're not making much ground. I mean, this is proving to be more difficult than originally expected.
Could be closed for weeks.
Effort could take weeks.
Could be stuck for weeks.
Weeks. That's how long it could
Dude,
take
shout
to
out
free
Australian
the container
news.
ship currently blocking the Suez Canal.
So that means all of these ship operators here, waiting in the queue, have a very difficult choice to make. So basically, I've just got 2 options. One, I can wait around hoping the ship gets unstuck, which nobody knows how long that's going to be. Or option 2, we go all the way around Africa. And I really
All
don't
the
want to do
way
that, and it's not just a
around
geographic thing.
Africa.
Freighters don't want to go around Africa because it will cost them far more in terms of fuel. it adds 10 extra days to the route. And most
Maybe that's worth it,
importantly,
though.
pirates.
Pirates, assassins, and gay pirate assassins.
Hang on,
Now,
what?
there be two main pirate hangouts. The Somali pirates, everyone knows about them. But the more prolific group is actually in the Gulf of Guinea. Named so because it holds the Guinness World Record for most pirates. In fact, in
Good job.
2020, 96% of all maritime kidnappings happened in the Gulf of Guinea. That doesn't sound very good to me, Mr. Kaisha.
And I just want you to know that you've made an enemy. And when I... Is your boat running? Because you better fucking move it. You can't park there. All right, hear me out. I'm thinking a bunch of helicopters, right? And we...
There are a lot of people now who are angry with the owners of the Ever Given.
I
There's
bet.
only one thing I can do.
Bing, 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 bong. Breaking news. Pause for a second. Shoei Kaisen Kaisha is big sorry. The owners of the Ever Given feel such enormous pressure that they go live on television to make a public apology.
Makes sense.
We are determined to keep on working hard to resolve the situation as soon as possible. Please do not be mad. In a few years, we'll all have a big laugh about it. Yours sincerely, Mr. Kaisha.
Exactly 4 years.
That's the boss of my boss's boss. I'm in so much trouble. Can't do anything about it. All we can do is keep trying to free the ship. So they keep going. And going. Into the night.
In the night, I hear them talk the coldest story ever told.
And on that night, Canterville and El Said had a heart-to-heart. The mood was very somber. Still feeling optimistic, El Said?
Word.
Of course. Well, it's day 3. How much progress have you seen so far? They're gonna blow us up, aren't they? It's possible. They're gonna freeze us, aren't they? That seems less likely. They might just attach a whole bunch of jet engines and we're gonna get fucked up. That one got debunked. Sorry, I don't mean to take it out on you.
What a
It's
shame.
just all these guys,
Wait.
they rely on me.
Are they gonna
The
have a romance?
Navigator, the helmsman, Gene,
Gene.
and the other ones we never animated. But I'm thinking maybe I should just get on a lifeboat right now and never look back.
Just run away.
I could go live on an island somewhere, far, far away from here. Run away?
DB Cooper style.
Look at this. Timu neck massager for Sally.
True.
I bet she's checking her mailbox every morning.
Probably,
Bulk
actually.
$6 fingerless gloves for Mr. Poe Box.
It's a pretty good
You
deal.
want to disappoint him? No. Little Jimmy won't be getting his 20-pack of kitchen tongs this Christmas. And you think that doesn't kill me inside? But we've exhausted every option. There's nothing on Earth that could free this ship. Well, that's where you're right. Look up there, Lil Canthy. El Said points up into the night sky. Los Lunos.
Oh. What are they about to do
Yes,
with the moon?
the moon. The son of the night. To the ancient
Whoa.
Egyptians, it was a sign of hope.
Okay.
And in a few more nights' time, a prophecy will be fulfilled. The supermoon. I have to show you a kind of boring diagram. I'm so sorry. You see, the moon doesn't just orbit the Earth in a perfectly equidistant circle. It is, in fact, an ellipse.
That makes sense.
That means there is a point when the moon is the furthest from the Earth,
Is this why sometimes the moon looks freaking massive?
and we call that the apogee. And there's also a point where it's closest to the Earth. That's the perigee. You know when you look into the night sky and the moon seems bigger or smaller than usual?
That's what I'm saying.
Different distances, isn't it? Point is, the moon gravities all over the water.
Yeah.
And the closer it is, the more it's going to pull.
Makes sense.
Now, there's another effect as well. If you believe the mainstream media, the Earth is going around the sun like this.
You guys
And once
believe
in a
mainstream
while,
media?
it will also align with the sun being on the exact opposite side.
The
Bam.
moon.
At this point, when everything lines up like so, both the sun and the moon are at max strength pulling on the sea. And they call that the supermoon.
That's kind
And
of
the
cool.
tidal effects of both combine for an even greater pull. High tide can be
They're
even
on
higher
opposite
than
sides.
usual, sometimes by up to 1.5 feet.
Didn't that happen when they're on the same side?
Now, these sorts of moons only happen 3 or 4 times a year. But in 4 days, Big K, we're going to get one.
Heck yeah, brother.
Previously on Boat in Canal.
Should this guy just have like an animated series on TV? Probably.
Don't let go! Ha ha ha, my plans have all fallen into place. I thought I knew what being a captain meant.
No.
What do you mean cut the black and blue wire? There's only white and gold! We've got one chance left. The moon. This is just like that Costa Concordia video he did, but way less funny.
It is a lot like that video. I think it probably is less funny.
Over
yeah.
at the Ever Given, things are status quo. But online, there's a bit of a new development. A
What?
screenshot of a news article appears.
Okay.
Cargo ship crashes into Suez Canal. Captain involved in incident.
Yeah, of course.
But there's a twist. Uh-oh.
Like a picture of a lady.
Is that a woman? A woman.
That is a woman.
Egypt's first female
She's
sea
pretty.
captain, Marwa El-Sahar, was being named in this headline as responsible for crashing the Ever Given.
But it wasn't.
And the
her.
screenshot of this news headline spread all across social media. For Marwa to have screwed up this badly is impressive. Especially considering she's never worked on the Ever Given and is currently hundreds of miles away in Alexandria.
She is really pretty though.
But someone online went, first female captain? Grody? Suez
Incels.
blockage? She must have did it.
Wow.
Marwa found out about the accusations through a friend.
Is this the same thing that happened when there was that helicopter crash and everyone said it was DEI, even though I'm pretty sure there was no evidence?
And quickly hopped online. I gotta clear my name. Guys, it isn't
Yeah.
me. But the online bad guys must have hacked her account, because everything she wrote just came out in squiggles.
Bruh.
So
That's a
Marwa
good
tried
joke.
to hack back. This code, it's nothing I've ever seen before. They're countering my hack. I'm gonna reroute
Bruh.
the hosting. Not if I can help it. They ran through the firewall. Use
Is this
IP4.
when we get a
It's
VPN
better.
ad?
Now, while we can all agree that a lady captain is very gross and icky,
Whoa.
and while we all agree that she
She's
should
beautiful.
be doing a lady job, like adding rosemary oil to the ballast water, or knitting hand warmers for the steering wheel.
Or marrying
It was
me.
not fair that she was being falsely accused. And the situation
Yeah, that
was
isn't fair at all.
escalating as the online bad guys started making fake accounts pretending to be her.
Why
What was
bother?
Marwa, etc. to do
Why don't they
against
have
such a
better things to do with their
coordinated
time?
campaign? Well, luckily, a surprise hero to the story. The mainstream media showed up and did it.
Okay.
Bringing her onto the telly and clearing everything up. Marwa even found some positive in the situation.
I was really upset at the beginning, but later on I found like the support from all people around me, and that made me feel like more grateful for what happened.
Makes
A
sense.
lot of the social media posts got taken down.
Good.
And in
Yes.
the end, it all turned out okay. At least
Did she get married?
for her.
To me?
Back to the Ever Given. The Ever Given has been grounded for 4 long Egyptian days. So tug, tug, tug. Dig, dig, dig.
Wow.
Pull, pull, pull. Fuel is getting low. Everyone is overdue for a break. All right, guys. Grab a Red Bull and a little snacky. We'll pick up again soon. But as the engines wind down, the crew can hear something approaching. Who the hell is that?
Is it
It's
gonna be
Smit
good?
Selvage. The Smit team boldly actions onto the scene, looking at the ship very inspectively. They report their findings to the rescue team. All right, I ain't no boat expert, but if you want a chance of moving this ship,
you're going to need to make it a lot lighter, by tens of thousands of tons at least. Is it going to bend and tear? And sink? No, it doesn't look like it's going to do that. But it also doesn't look like it's going anywhere with all of this weight on the back.
Makes sense.
We trust you. What's your plan to make the ship lighter? I know a guy. He's got a crane. I'll get it down here. We'll offload all the containers. It'll be brilliant. You're gonna love it. The container thing again? Yeah, how long is that gonna take? Well, to get them down here and to get all the equipment assembled, we're gonna need at least a few weeks. Weeks? Yeah, and to get all the containers off the ship, that might take several months.
Months? No, Mr. President, he didn't say months. He said, monks. Those Shaolin guys, they're very strong. Everything's going according to plan.
Some of these jokes.
A furious rabbi marches in.
Do you have any idea how much these last few days have cost Egypt already? We've had to sell parts of the Sphinx. Look, the nose is gone.
Nose.
It's looking all messed up. We turned the whole country into an e-commerce site. It used to just be called Gypt. Now it's online.
Okay,
Egypt.
that's good.
Remember
Good joke.
Tutankhamun? Now it's Tutankhamun.
Oh,
Get it?
wow.
It's a pun. Get it?
Let's move on,
Should've
says the
stuck
Smith
with
guy
the-
standing in for the audience.
The
Look,
Egypt
this is by
joke.
far the best option. Yeah, it's slow and laborious, but it's a guaranteed fix. Or you can carry on doing what you're doing now. You're on what, day 4? How's progress so far? Al Said wouldn't hear it.
We will continue with the dredging and the tugging. The supermoon will be here soon, and that will save us. You are foolish, Al Said. The legend of the supermoon is just a legend.
All right, we're on the same team here. If you insist on keeping the cargo aboard and just tugging, we've got resources to help.
Smith calls in 2 additional tugboats.
And not just big ones. Pretty much the biggest ones you can get.
Cool.
So Smith and the recovery team have figured out a sort of Plan A and Plan B. Plan A is to pull the Ever Given free by the supermoon, which is only 2 days away. Now, if that doesn't work,
That's good.
they'll have to go to Plan B, which is to offload by crane most of these containers, and that will take months.
Months. Bruh. Everyone is mad. Act 2, day 5.
Watching on impatiently, tapping their feet and looking at their watches very aggressively, is now a queue of 400 vessels waiting to use the canal.
Bruh.
Fresh fruit,
Why don't they go
thousands of
around?
tons, losing its freshness. Medicine, losing its potency.
After this, there is no turning back. You take the blue pill. You take the red.
Not to mention livestock.
More than a dozen ships have live animals on board.
Mostly sheep and
Noah's
cattle,
Ark rerun.
lightly sizzling under an Egyptian sun. The Egyptian government has had to dispatch vets to board these ships to tend to the animals' welfare.
Bruh.
A few days ago, when I was a younger man, freight from Asia only cost $8,000 a container. Now it's $12,000. And the impact is being felt by a lot of larger companies. Renault, for example, ran out of some critical components and had to halt assembly at a couple of its plants. Adidas, Nike, IKEA all saw shortages.
Some of our clients are out of their top-selling SKUs
Well.
already.
And as tankers queue, oil prices are rising.
It's a shame it's the little guys that are suffering, huh?
Through the little waterway, please. And meanwhile, all across the day, the tugs are trying again and again. Move a little more sand, wait for the next high tide, try again. And as this marches on with the same futility as day 1, banking on the supermoon looks like a costlier and costlier gamble. All right, enough of this. Said about 100 ships opting instead to go the long route around Africa, accepting the longer traffic
Yeah, that's
time
what I was
and
thinking.
piratey risk.
About time. Supermoon cometh. Act 2, day 6. Are we about to get the crab brave?
The supermoon. It's tonight. There's a renewed energy as people scuttle around the area, doing everything they can to prep the ship for the big event. The excavator crew, over the course of the week, has expanded to a team of 11.
working
Oi.
double, sometimes triple shifts with only 3 hours a day for sleep. Together with the two dredgers, they have moved 30,000 cubic meters of sand and soil. For comparison, this is 1 cubic meter, and this is 30,000 cubic meters.
Wow.
And here is what it looks like next to the Ever Given. That's a lot of
Oi.
sand. Subway sandwich for scale.
No.
And it's borne some results. Overnight, they managed to free the rudder from the left bank. And that's a big deal, because this rudder was acting as a bit of an anchor in the sand. Now free, the stern bobs around with the motion of the water. Great stuff. Meanwhile, the crew is doing everything it can to lighten the weight of the ship. That includes making a second plea for the ballast water to be ejected. Oh please, the Smith guy's already tinkled in there. We just can't do it. It would destroy the ecosystem.
Weren't they going to treat it?
All right.
I had a feeling.
Biodiversity. Let 1,000 algae bloom. Nice work. That'll make the ship 9,000 tons lighter, Kenthy. The water's so bright I can barely see it coming out of the ship. Here, take these. No. I don't deserve them. Sunglasses are for people who redeem themselves. That's not
Is that true?
me. Hold on to them, just in case. Into the evening, the pace keeps up. We see Abdullah excavating away. But really, he's thinking about the moon. Rabbi, he's busy taking video calls. But he finds himself distracted with thoughts of the moon. Even Mr. Kaisha. Is there anything in this world that doesn't remind me of her?
More breaking news from the Suez Canal problem. Ever Giver is stuck in the Suez Canal still.
No.
It's been almost a week. A tugboat should be able to move Ever Giver's big ass. This is Nana Star, Nana Star's news channel.
Back to Supermoon here, day 7.
The full moon shone brightly that night, kissing the nape of the canal's neck with its gravity lips.
Wow.
Full tongue. The canal liked it.
Bruh.
And spoiling the romance of the moment is a big fleet of tugboats, watching on voyeuristically. They are 17 in total, with just a bit over 1,600 tons of bollard pull. And here's how they're arranged around the Ever Given. Of the 4 most powerful tugs, 2 go at the front, and 2 go at the back. They'll be pulling.
Makes sense.
Another 6 tugs are put on the flanks. 2 over here, 4 over here.
And they're pushing.
They'll be pushing. The remaining tugs are fueled and ready on the sidelines, waiting for their chance to sub in. Positioned like this, when the word is given, all these ships are going to try and turn the Ever Given anti-clockwise. Looks great, guys! Do you think that this is gonna...
I believe in the supermoon.
This had better work. The guy with the ruler down by the shoreline yells out, "The tide has hit its peak!"
Al Sayed commands over the radio.
Start main engines. Tension on.
Hey, Apple MacBook, how are you? Welcome in, welcome in. Thanks for being here.
Full ahead.
Do we get a
The
Bible
tugs
quote?
start moving. They carve through the water with ease. The immense power from the tugs meet the resistance of the Ever Given.
Oh.
It was at this point that the narrator said something really poetic. Stuff about the night. About how the ships were like dances on the water.
I'm not gonna lie to you, Apple MacBook. I'm really sad because one of my very favorite streamers got banned for evading a ban. That was because other people drew bad stuff on Gartic phone. And I'm also falling asleep. But we out here, we grinding.
For juxtaposition, we cut away to that crab again.
Which everybody hated. It's like a metaphor if you think about it.
The tugs are sliding to the left. They're sliding to the right. It's not working! Diesel fumes fill the air as the tugs keep increasing their power. The water violently foams behind the tugs. Everyone is staring at the back of that ship. Come on. Move. This goes
Missed a
on for
chance
minutes.
at
More
Cha-Cha slide
minutes.
joke. True.
Even more minutes. An hour. 2. 4 hours.
That's not
By
good.
4:30 a.m., the moon's power is starting to wane, and there is very little
Bruh.
progress. Don't give up. The tide only goes down so that we can rise once again.
I don't
Your
think that's how
moon
it's gonna
gambit
work.
has cost Egypt dearly, El Said. Guards, prepare the sarcophagus with the beetles, like in the... What the hell is that?
Like in the Mummy,
Under the water,
the ship is gonna break.
all of this tugging has loosened the sand, the soil, the
Oh.
rock.
Good way, good. Only move.
Could it be? The sound of metal tensing and flexing.
You were running a good race. Who cut it on you to keep you from obeying the truth? That kind of persuasion does not come from the one who calls you. A little yeast works through the whole batch of dough. Apple MacBook, you've definitely sent some perplexing Bible verses in the past, but I feel like I've had some idea what they're about. I have no idea what this one's about, dude. I have no idea what this one's about. Can you explain that one a bit?
The ship is beginning to move. It is coming free from the bank. The supermoon gives one last howl. It worked.
Oh.
They pulled the ship from the bank.
That's
At the
awesome.
back, at least. Now, the bow is still
This
wedged
one is
in there
Paul's
pretty good.
letters to the Galatians. So it's from Galatians. I just don't. I feel like it needs context. So he tells the Galatians that were running a good race. Who cut in on you to keep you from obeying the truth? That kind of persuasion does not come from the one who calls you. A little yeast works through the whole batch of dough. Okay. As soon as you said Galatians, I feel like I get the context. He's telling a church that they've gone off track.
But this is progress. We're halfway to freedom. Keep going. So they did, all morning.
One v one.
7:30 a.m. The sun is rising. The tugs have been pulling all night. But the most difficult task, freeing the bow of the ship,
True.
remains beyond them. Well, I guess even the moon has its limits. I don't want to hear it, El Said. It wasn't enough. That bow is still stuck. No, Mr. President. They're not saying that the bow is still stuck. They're saying, take a bow. And then something else that rhymes with stuck. I gotta go. They were loading up the missiles for Plan B, as the guys on social
Hang
media
on.
suggested.
They're actually gonna
I
blow it
lied
up.
about the crane thing. This was always the plan, says the
Bruh.
Smith guys. You know what, Canterville? I agree. They should just blow us up. What? My career is over now, too. You're the
Just
guy
have
who
a different
blocked the
career.
canal, and I'm the guy who couldn't get it cleared. We've brought instability to the Middle East. But enough, Canterville. I raised your hopes with moon-based promises. But look at the tide. It's low. Low tide. And yet, I am lower still.
Wow.
Canterville looks pensively out the window. And it was at that moment that he had his character arc. He realized that he was the captain. And the captain is always in charge.
W.
Shut up, El Said. We shall continue, regardless of the tide. Is that not
Hectic.
the Egyptian way?
Did they know that?
Don't you remember the story, El Said? That every
I don't know if at this point they understand that the ship moved because they just did so much tugging that the gravel and the sand moved underneath the ship, so it probably has less to do with the tide than they think. I don't know if they understand that. It sounds like maybe the captain does understand that.
young Egyptian kid is told about the human pyramid? No. Where there's one guy at the bottom who gives up and we all fall down?
okay? It ain't a triangle if you don't try. We
Yo,
need to
that's
be
deep.
strong. Together.
That's actually
like
deep.
A pyramid. It's what Giza would have wanted. You're right, damn it. Thank you, Canterville. That's the most inspirational speech I've ever heard in my life. I'll never lose my faith again. And even though you're kind of the worst captain I've ever seen, you're still the best friend.
They're all bad. It's not just the captain's fault. I feel like it's more the other people's fault, no?
So they pressed on all morning, enthusiastically and vigorously tugging away, beating off the fatigue, but to no progress.
Just like me,
Okay,
bro.
everyone, take a break.
Beating off the
Copy.
fatigue.
We'll have lunch and pick up again in a couple of hours.
Then suddenly, one of the Smith guys comes busting into the room.
Holy
I've got an
Smith.
idea. Everybody turns and looks at the Smith guy. All right, well, sorry about the boring diagram, but take a look at this. Remember how we emptied the ballast tanks before?
Yeah, of course. Well, now that the ship is half floating, what if we refilled the ones at the back? On this part of the diagram,
That's
where the ship is
smart.
almost floating. That way, it will sink lower here and allow the bow to sit up even higher.
I feel like they should have thought of
on
that
the bank.
sooner.
Canterville gives El Said a knowing nod. I got this. I know a guy who owes me a favor. Please, 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 please.
A few hours later, the ballast tanks were filled. And it worked. The bow lifted, ever so slightly. It's working, it's working. And it gets
Okay.
better. It's now 2
Oh.
p.m., and that means high
High
tide.
tide.
Guys, I've got
What,
another
what?
technical issue. All right, what is it? It's easier if I show you with a drone.
Real actual footage.
Hold on, let me try again. All right, you can see the ship is lodged at the front. The guys are pulling, but it ain't budging. However, a lot of force is building up here.
Yeah.
And what if it were to break free? The
It would
sudden
hit the other
release
side,
could
right?
propel the ship straight across the water
Yeah.
with a hell of a lot of momentum.
Yeah.
It could span the entire canal and land on the opposite bank, only to run aground again.
Is that not better than the current
Worse
situation,
still,
though?
it could pin these small tugs in its wake.
Oh, the small tugs. Well, just get the men to jump out of them.
Dangerous. To solve this problem, they did a bit of a safety briefing, and they got
Yo,
some
Fallen
rope.
Forever, welcome in, welcome in. Thanks for
4
being
ropes,
here.
actually,
How are you?
tying the bow of the ship
We're
to somewhere
just
on the
watching Internet Historian's latest video about a ship called the Ever Given. It freaking got lodged in a canal, and they're trying to unlodge it. I'm glad to hear that you're good, Fallen.
land. The lines look great, guys.
Fallen, I'm not gonna lie to you. One of my favorite Twitch streamers got banned for ban evasion for the ban that was originally cringe because someone else drew bad stuff on Gartic phone, not him. So I'm very mad about that. But we're watching a video, I guess.
With the contingency in place, the tugs start up again. And about an hour later, at 3:05 p.m., movement.
Hey.
The bow began to shift.
Okay, that's definitely moving. This is it. It's working. The ship made a big
Here we go.
noise as it accelerated from the bank. And at first, excitement and relief.
The bow was coming free. But uh-oh.
Remember that concern about the overswing?
Overswing.
Well, it's happening.
It's okay, no?
Okay, the only source we found for this part of the story was Bloomberg, but they said that it happened and we wanted to build it. So this recreation is how we imagine it went. The 4 support ropes take strain. Then, snap. One of them breaks. Do you think it's going to hold? I think it's going to hold. Move those tugs out of the way.
This is intense. Some Hollywood
Snap.
stuff.
Another rope breaks.
Captain El Said. It's going to hold. Get your tug out of the way, but it's going to hold.
Snap.
Bruh.
A third
I don't
rope
think it's gonna hold,
breaks.
bruh.
Get out of the way.
This
Get out
wasn't
of
made
the
up for
way.
dramatic effect. There really were 4 ropes.
A single strand
Is the only thing holding this ship from swinging all the way to the other bank and being stuck.
Don't tell me the one rope worked.
Without even realizing, Canterville grabs El Said's hand and squeezes it tight. It's
Probably not,
gonna
though.
hold. You're a madman, Canterville. Mad passionate about this canal, and I ain't afraid of nothing. He said very cold backardly.
The engines shut off. All that could be heard is the squeak of tightening rope and the scream of torsioning metal.
Sacre bleu, said Abdullah.
But it is slowing down. It comes to a halt.
Hey, let's go.
The final rope held.
Hey, welcome in, Lizzie.
They really did it.
The Wiz. How are you, Lizzie? The Wiz?
And the
Welcome back.
Evergiven rested easy in the middle of the canal.
Al Sayed turns to Canterville. Power up the engines. Let's get your ship moving again. I'm on it, says Canterville. All of the tugboats
just
start
waking up
honking their
Drew.
horns in celebration. Cheer!
Lizzie the Wiz, I'm going to tell you the same thing I've told everyone. I'm sad because one of my favorite streamers got banned from Twitch for silly reasons. But we're watching a fun video.
This can be heard from the main dredger, the Mashour. In fact,
Yo.
they filmed this celebratory video.
They did it.
You heard them right, Mr. President. We did it. We did it. It's
Yeah.
free. I told you. All in a day's work.
The president takes his finger off the nuke button. Pack it up, boys.
I'm guessing they were actually planning to blow the ship up, which is crazy.
I can't believe it. All that digging really must have made a difference. I just... Oh. Good. Everybody hated that crab. We did it, Gene. We did it. Gene? Where are you? Captain, who are you talking to? Gene! Captain, there's no Gene on board.
Bruh.
Wait a minute.
What?
No, it's impossible. Gene, wait! Thank you. I'll always remember you, Canterville. And so the canal was clear once again, and chop chop.
Man, I love cliches.
You still got work to do. By 8 p.m., the workday had not finished
Evergiven
for the
is the
Suez
name of
Canal
the ship.
Authority. There's still a backlog of 400 ships waiting to go through the canal. So Rabbi stands in front of microphones and says, "The canal will be operating around the clock until the queue is cleared."
Makes
and within
sense.
a few days, it returned to normal. It was a big accomplishment. Many industry experts thought it would take several months to free the Evergiven, but the crisis was resolved within a mere week. Prepare
Wow.
the sarcophagus for the doubters. Even
Whoa.
Egypt's president came out and said, "Good job, everybody. You know what? Pizza lunch."
They did do it, you know.
And the Suez Canal Authority held a ceremony in honor of the workers who helped to free the ship.
I mean,
And they also
Okay,
made
sure.
this monument, which you can see on Google Maps.
hopefully no one drives into it. Act 3, free. Conditions apply.
But the story doesn't end here. A quick note on the helmsman's penis. Now you, me, and
For
everyone...
the people that just joined recently, before they went off on the trip, they were waiting to hear back from, like, I don't know if they call it, it's probably not called mission control, I guess the sea navigation people. They were waiting to hear back from those people whether they should still go on the trip, because I think it was like bad weather. And during that time, I guess the captain decided to sail the ship around in the shape of a penis and balls. So I guess we're going to find out what the aftermath of that is.
in the press saw that VDR data.
Fragwürdigen Penis
There it is.
genutzt.
But despite how realistic and to scale it was not deliberate.
Intentional. Hey, I didn't.
Yes,
Yep.
sheer coincidence. If you watch the VDR data, he really is just dodging the ships, and that's the shape that the path took.
Wow.
So he didn't get in any trouble. The end.
Wow.
Oh, all right. I suppose one more smaller detail. Now that the Evergiven is free, what's going to happen to it?
Great
And
question.
what's going to happen to the crew?
Great question.
Well, the Evergiven was tugged over to Great Bitter Lake, where they determined that the ship was seaworthy and not in any urgent need of repair. But it's also going
Didn't
to
expect
be
that.
impounded.
Oh.
Oh no.
Why?
Hey, there's, like, police boats
It's
outside.
naughty?
Why? What did you do? This ship and its crew is now subject to the indefinite detention by the authority of the Egyptian government.
Wow.
Until you pay us, the Ever Given may not leave, says the Suez Canal Authority.
Yo. How much
Yes,
money?
we will be holding on to the Ever Given. It's our view that there was no wrongdoing on the part of the Suez Canal Authority or its two pilots.
Seems fair.
And it was all the crew of the Ever Given. So their
Yeah.
ship will be held until the parent company agrees to rightfully pay us for all of the costs incurred.
Seems fair.
Ruh-roh.
Now, here's where things
Ruh-roh.
get very complicated, and there is a lot of legal mumbo-jumbo. But the crux is this. The Suez Canal Authority says, "Dear Ever Given owners, you owe us $900 million.
That's a lot of money.
Shoei Kisen Kaisha says, "No way. How many yen is that? No way."
So by April 13th, some of the crew was allowed to leave, but a lot of them have to stay. And there's a certain nervousness in the air.
Large legal battles can go on for a while, and there was already a bad example of this just a few dozen kilometers away. The MV Aman.
Do not ask about that ship, helmsman. The MV Aman is a much smaller vessel, and it has been abandoned for years, detained by the Egyptian government in 2017 for expired safety equipment. Now, they were told to
That
replace
is
the equipment
bad.
and pay a fine. However, there was no one to replace the safety equipment or to pay the fine because the shipping company went broke.
Bruh.
So they just
That's me.
abandoned the vessel. There was no way for the legal situation to advance. And that meant that there was no way for the ship to be released. Most of the crew
Huh.
had to stay on the ship, and they would keep
What?
them there for more than a little while.
How long?
13 months.
What?
Before a judge finally decided, all right, look,
He's
just leave
wrong.
the keys with one guy. We'll call him the custodian, and everybody else can go home. Now, that custodian was a Syrian man named Muhammad Aisha. Look, he's holding the keys. He's holding the keys. You have to stay on the ship now. Everybody else got to leave, but he had to stay. On top of the 13 months he'd already been there, he spent the next 3 years aboard the ship. Quickly, the ship ran out of fuel, which meant it ran out of power, which meant it ran out of running water. No refrigeration either. Food ran out. Every few days, Mr. Aisha would be allowed to swim onto the shore to get food, water, charge his phone, but he was only permitted for about 2 hours until they would tell him to scoot.
Would this be the same fate for the Ever Given crew? They did not know. But we do, so let me tell you.
A few more weeks passed, and the negotiations continued.
You guys had those 2 bickering pilots. Yeah, but the captain's always in charge.
Sorry, who didn't arrange for tugboats while we were going through the canal? Oh, that was you guys. I'm gonna put 20,000 containers on one of the largest ships in the world and go double the speed limit, then complain about tugboats.
But eventually, they all got together in a big room. And they went, "I'm sorry about all those things I said and those emails I sent. I didn't mean it. I was tough on you as well." They embraced. They made amends. They made love. And they agreed, all right, you can keep using the canal, but sometimes we get to go fishing on the boat. That's fair. That's tough, but that's fair. They shook on it. It was an Egyptian handshake. They do the thing with the elbow.
Of course.
There was a mummy.
This story sucks. By September, the crew was allowed to return home. They only got MV Aman a little bit. And that guy on the MV Aman, he got to go home too. Why not? Get out of here, you scamp. The Ever Given made its delivery to Rotterdam. They did it! All the cargo is here! Although, it wouldn't hurt to check. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. Canterville continued his career in shipping. It wasn't the end. Maybe just one more for the road? It's a great time to be a cargo ship captain.
They drew the penis
I can
again.
tell you that much. Al Said returned the Lunexicon back to the Sphinx. Thank you.
Which is definitely
old
real and
friend.
definitely happened, right?
And the Ever Given had some minor repairs done to the bow
looks like a steak.
over in Qingdao Port in China. And then she was ready to set sail again.
Wow.
The Ever Given was released back into the wild. It sailed into the sunset. Ever since then, global trade has improved. Prices have gone down. The economy
I
flourished
wish,
once
bro.
again. Food returned to the supermarkets. Mothers clutched their babes. A litter of puppies. And peace was finally restored to the Middle East. Forever. The end.
Huh. Now, am I wrong in thinking that was maybe a weaker video from Internet Historian? It was good, but I feel like it was not as good. All right, TTS is back on, guys. Run wild. Say what you're gonna say. Do what you're gonna do.
Flying Paprika says, it was good but it quite another ship crash.
It was good, but I don't know why another ship crash. Oh, right, because he's already done a ship crash. Yeah, I don't know. I think, to me, the video kind of reeks of he didn't know what to do, and he tried to recreate the magic of the other cruise video. And I think he could tell it wasn't as good, because he even acknowledged that. Yeah, I don't know. I don't know, bruh. Did you guys notice that I was falling asleep? Did you guys see me, like, doing this? Because I was doing that. I guess I didn't sleep enough. I guess because I stayed up pretty late. I think I went to sleep like 5 a.m.
Falling Forever says,
No
XD.
XD. I can't. I think it was after you showed up, Fawn. I think it was. Yeah, I stayed up till like 5 a.m. last night, and then what time did I get up today? Like 9 or something stupid like that. So like 4 hours of sleep is cooked, bruh. 4 hours of sleep is cooked. Ah, what a stream, huh? What a stream. What a sad stream. What do you guys do when you're sad? What do you guys do when you're sad to feel better when you're sad? Oh, that was a sudden shift in music.
Flying Paprika says, watch funny videos.
Okay. You just always want me to watch videos. It's the vibe I'm getting. You just always want me to watch videos. Wait.
Flying Paprika says,
Question mark, question mark, question mark? Am I wrong? Do you not always want me to watch videos? Tell me what part of that's wrong. You always want me to watch videos. I'm not saying it's a crime. I'm not saying there's anything wrong with wanting that, but
Falling
that...
Forever says,
I don't know, I normally play chess.
chess, LOL.
You asked the question?
Flying
Yeah,
Paprika says,
okay.
you
I
asked
did
the question.
I did ask the question. Can you honestly say that that's what you do when you're sad? I mean, you must have just been being genuine to react the way that you've reacted, right? I don't know.
Flying Paprika says, yeah, BC comedy is good.
Comedy is good. Well, I'm glad we watched all the funniest videos last. Yeah. Yeah, I'm not gonna lie to you guys. I am tired. I'm properly tired. Maybe I just need to sleep, dude. Or maybe I'll just sleep and I'll feel better, to be honest. Who's live? Wait. Why does Emilio's stream say IRL chilling? He's not. This is not IRL.
Seemed like they cared about their audience and worked their hardest to entertain.
He's video reacting, bro.
Which is followed by one final anecdote reading massive dick
Well.
in person.
I mean, anyone who is attending a James
I know what we're gonna do.
show deserves anything that happens. Let's be real.
I saw a League of Their Own film.
Everyone say hi to
live, threw
Emilio.
multiple
Tell him
tantrums
you
over
love
minor things at
him.
the production staff, with him being incredibly rude to them, which made
Geekcast
the other regulars seem very
loves
awkward like it was usual. Between each take, the other celebs would be
Emilio's
chatting amongst
live.
themselves, bantering about. James was glued
What
to his
a
phone. At the end of the
great
filming, people got up to go get pictures with James,
streamer.
and he massively kicked off shouting at people to go away and go
mean,
back to their seats. And the few he did let have pictures with, he was moody as.
He
Seeing him
one
like that made
of
me
the
realize
best
everything you see of his on TV is a complete
streamers
persona.
of
When continuing on through the
all
AMA, it becomes
time.
pretty obvious as to why
Sure.
James Corden only answered 3 different questions before calling it quits.
He answered only three questions.
Why are you, James, such a deeply unpleasant person? Did your parents raise you that way? Have you ever considered being funny or likable? James, are you aware that everyone thinks you're a hack and a talentless asshat? With his third comment here relating to the next reason behind James
Right, here
Corden's
comes
decline.
the
Many of his
raid
on-screen performances
message.
have
Peepcast says,
terrible. A
Peepka
petition
One Eyes,
requested that
Peepka
James
One
Corden not
Peepcast,
be
Peepcast
casted
loves
because the movie
Emilio's
gained
live.
close to
What a great streamer.
110,000
I mean, he
signatures,
has
and
to
after
be one
friends
of the
announced
best
that James
streamers of
Corden will
all
be
time
hosting
for
the
sure.
TV
3
show's
Peepka
50th
One Eyes,
reunion.
Peepka One
It received
Peepcast.
Twitter responses
Copy-
such as, don't get me wrong, I've been wanting a friends reunion
the raid
since
message.
2004.
Peepcast
One in
says,
chat when you've
one.
copied the raid
I'd have told
message.
them not to bother. James Corden adding the Friends reunion to the
One in
list
chat
of
when
things
you've
he's
copied the
ruined
raid
with his mere
message,
presence.
team.
Additionally, after starring as the main character in the 2019 film Cats, the movie
Our rating in
received a
7.
2.8 out of 10
Alright,
star
we'll
rating
see
on
you tomorrow
IMDb,
night. I'll
as well
probably
as
be,
reviews so
be streaming
awful
at
that
6
James
tomorrow
Corden
night.
didn't even end up watching
6
the
p.m.
movie
AEST.
himself. However, James stating that he didn't watch the movie